Okay, so the extended leak came out. I don't know about you guys, but I was more hyped just seeing the leaks that CyberLeek was releasing than I was seeing this extended leak. Seeing the extended leak kind of just affirmed for me the idea that this is a worse version of Red Dead Redemption 2, and obviously it's something completely different, but in terms of the story, I'm not going to get that in this. I will bet anybody in this comment section, anybody here, money, that this story and these characters, we will not be as attached to them as we were to the singular character of Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2. On top of that, we had a much larger cast of people who were larger than life, but not that much larger than life, and it was just more grounded. Anyway, that's me looking at the past with nostalgia and negatively allowing that to affect my bias or my viewpoint on the game now. I shouldn't do that, and I should respect GTA as its own IP, its own completely separate thing, its own unique, original thing. But I couldn't help but get this feeling watching this, right? That the animations, the faces, the people, the acting, the voice acting, the setups, everything just felt like GTA 5. And I'll say that GTA 4 does not feel like GTA 5. GTA 5 does not feel like Red Dead Redemption 2. But this game just feels like, Red Dead Redemption 2 lighting with GTA 5 as the core, And the leaks had me hyped because the leaks just showed me stuff I could do in Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that. Okay, I can pick up a wrench and fight people. Oh my gosh, look at how big the map is. So the leaks were a much better way of seeing like the technical power and prowess that's going into this game. And I think that what CyberLeek presented was much more impressive. Also, the guy, he rug pulled the coin. I don't know why people online are acting like this is a surprise or a crazy thing. Like, how else was he supposed to make money from the coin? Obviously, he was going to rug pull the coin. Go cry about it. People have been crying about him making the leaks. People have been defending the billion-dollar corporation this entire time. And you might find it funny, since I'm kind of defending the corporation, that I'd say that, but fuck everybody who is crying, saying that they're tired of looking at the leaks. Just stop looking at them. Get off of social media for a couple of days and you won't see the leaks. Like, they were genuinely people who were sad and upset and crying and genuinely defending the fact that this is a sad thing for the developers, yada yada. What is sad? What is sad? You got to see a game that's going to come out in a couple of months, few months early. What are you sad about? What is there to be upset about? Womp womp womp. The worst thing for me, honestly, was that my Take-Two Interactive stock dropped, because every time a leak would come out, the stock would go further and further down. But who cares? Once the game releases and it gets, another $500 million worth of sales, by the middle of next year, the price will probably have doubled, if not tripled, of the stock. So who cares about that either? I'm glad I got to see those leaks, because I didn't care about the game until I saw the leaks. For me, it was this overhyped thing, and generally speaking, when people overhype things, the thing sucks, And Rockstar is an exception. And here's where I'm going to go with the video, and here's what the point of the video, or the point of the video title is, right? Rockstar is not an evil corporation. There are a lot of things that Rockstar does that are absolutely dirty. No DLCs for Red Dead Redemption 2, shark cards, and a complete focus on GTA 5 when they had Red Dead Redemption 2, like a complete neglect for any fans of a game that they made that was this amazing. And those things are just very, very annoying. They seem like humongous undersights, and they seem like a company that is making so much money with, their big ticket items and their big title items, that it's completely irrelevant, or it's not enough value for them personally, just from a bottom line perspective, to continue to invest in Red Dead Redemption 2. And I understand it, again, from a cost-based analysis, from a P&L statement. I understand that the amount that you'd lose making Red Dead Redemption 2 might not be equal to the amount that you'd gain, or, making DLCs for it. But I mean, they were still profitable, just not as profitable as GTA. And GTA is such a big weapon, such a big arm, such a big voice, And honestly, it's both disappointing and inspiring, the fact that GTA 6 is coming out. It's disappointing because there's now going to be another GTA game that they're going to focus on past everything else, and that's what the world wants. But anyway, the reason I'm saying that they're not an evil corporation, obviously, they're publicly traded. Take-Two Interactive is publicly traded, yada yada yada, this, that, or the other, is they can only do this because the product they make is so good. And it doesn't mean that they're not evil. So I guess I'm wrong there. But it does mean that we all know the only place that we can get what we're going to get from GTA 6, from Red Dead Redemption 2, from GTA 4, I won't say GTA 5, is from Rockstar. There is no other company that's going to be able to do the things that they do. I was explaining to my friend like how deep this goes, like the patents that they have. I was explaining to him how they've every game pretty much built upon the AI and the systems that they used in every other game. So they have this 40-year track record of literal code that they can pull from. Literally, they can pull from games, that were created before we were born, and use the concepts, the art, the names, the IPs from that game and pull it into the new one. And most other companies just don't have that. And most other companies, when they create a new game, a lot of them divert or become worse. They make a little money and they become worse with releasing the next game, or they make one small insignificant feature improvement that really means nothing to anybody, so nobody cares. So nobody is going to look at them or hail them as being the next Rockstar. Look at God of War, right? And look at Sony releasing God of War. After God of War 2018, which was a good game, not as good as the old games, but it was a good game, they released Ragnarok. And while you had a bunch of fanboys saying like, oh my gosh, it's an improvement, this was an incredible story, if you look at Ragnarok and the jumps that it made or the differences that were made with Ragnarok comparative to God of War 2018, they weren't that much. If anything, it was literally just basically an extended DLC of the first game. There's not much new to look at, to stare at, to point at. In the game wasn't that great. It was very clearly rushed, and that's not just an opinion thing. It was actually rushed. You can tell, and they talked about it, the whole Ragnarok scene and fight scene, which most of it happened in the background with looping animations, if you ever paid attention to that, was rushed. And the game just wasn't satisfied, and Kratos was made weaker, yada yada yada. I say all this to say that they had an opportunity to take something that was great, make it even better by just adding more of what people want, and keep doing that, because that's literally all anybody cares about. Like God of War, the story's great, the story is important, but also it's important that I'm going to be killing gods as the God of War, and I'm going to be participating in crude and absolute amounts of violence that I can't get in other games, kind of like Prototype, kind of like Infamous. And if you don't deliver that, and instead you focus on a tragic story, you're essentially taking away the thing that most people are going there for. Sorry, not sorry. That's what people want. They want the edge. And GTA 6 delivers on that. Red Dead Redemption 2 delivers on that. GTA 4 delivers on that. They continue to deliver on it. They continue to bring the edge up and up, bringing the level up of going to places and going to areas where other game companies or game developers wouldn't be willing to go to. So yeah. So essentially, what I'd compare it to is Koenigsegg or Bugatti, right? And I know that sounds crazy. Oh my gosh, really, bro? Koenigsegg, Bugatti? Yes. Yeah, they don't sell every car for $1 million. But the reason that Koenigsegg can release any car, they could probably release an SUV and have it sell out and sell the thing for $500,000 each, is because they are Koenigsegg. You know what you're going to get when you buy the vehicle. You know what experience you're going to have. And we know what experience we're going to have just from viewing the vehicle, having never stepped inside or been inside of one. Lamborghini's the same way. Bugatti's the same way. Pagani's the same way. These absolute name brand companies that at the very least, you know the quality of what you're getting. And this doesn't hold up with a lot of designer brands, which is why designer value does not equate to what you're actually getting, but it does hold up in the world of like performance vehicles, because there is no other way, unless you're going to pay $3 million, that you're going to get a car that has the ability to go 350 plus miles per hour. And I'm exaggerating there, but you get what I'm saying. So like, you're actually paying for the cutting edge reality and technology that is provided by this vehicle. And it's the same way for Rockstar. Like, when you buy this game, even if they charged $150 for it, even if they charged $200 for it, which would have been crazy, it would have, lowered the amount of sales they got, but they still would have gotten sales. That's the real crazy part. And another crazy part is all these complaints, all the people saying that the game's not what they expected, yada, 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 everything that I just said, yada, yada, yada. They're still going to buy this game. They are still going to buy this game. People with PCs are going to buy it on PlayStation 5, and then when it's released on PC, they're going to buy it on PC again. But despite all of that, right, and I'm not thinking they're an evil corporation and all that, Rockstar specifically, not Take-Two, and of course they were influenced by them, but the reason why I say I don't really mind the leaks and stuff though, is because there are a lot of things in this game, and again, I'm gonna buy the game anyway. But there are a lot of things in this game, especially in that extended leak look, that I did not like. That I'm sure most other people aren't going to want to talk about, or if I talked about it, they'd say I'm just a GTA 6 hater. This is gonna be the greatest game of all time. Be quiet, and I very well might be. But some things that are undeniable, is there were rendering problems throughout that look. And they had a long time to prepare the gameplay that they were going to show to us. There were rendering problems. I was watching it on a 4K TV on Netflix, streaming it, and I know that there's still compression in the video, but it still didn't look absolutely amazing in terms of like the actual quality being produced. Maybe they just recorded in 1080p, maybe I was overkilling. Yeah, I've got the Netflix subscription that should give me 4K on my 4K screen, but it didn't look too great. The lighting was amazing. The lighting was great. You could see an improvement of the lighting, but honestly, there were some updates in Red Dead Redemption 2 that made the lighting worse after, the game released. And the lighting in Red Dead Redemption 2, although more basic and not as many variations, was pretty amazing already. Like, they had RTX figured out then. Also, the sunsets in Red Dead Redemption 2, you can find gameplay of people just sitting next to the campfire in Red Dead Redemption 2 with it raining, and them talking into the bonfire, or them listening to classical music. And they're great. They're amazing. The atmosphere in Red Dead Redemption 2 was absolutely amazing. And yeah, the atmosphere that I've seen so far in GTA 6 has been Florida, yeah, and which is hot and partyish. And I guess that's what people want. They're giving the people a lot of what they want. I can see that how Red Dead Redemption 2 would kind of be more of a niche game. Not everybody's going to play Red Dead Redemption 2, even though it's a crazy selling game, obviously, and like it's one of the biggest games. It's the biggest game company. It's still a bit more niche than GTA 6. I mean, GTA 6 touches everywhere, touches everyone. Everyone is going to be aware of this game and its existence, and we're not going to be able to get away from it, probably for the year that comes afterwards. And honestly, if you're going to be on social media, the years that come afterwards, because when GTA Online becomes a thing, I mean, there's going to be another awakening. Which is kind of intelligent, them not releasing the game with GTA Online, because once that releases, it's going to be the talk of the town, the talk of the world, honestly. It's crazy how they have captivated the world's attention. But I will say that, like I was saying with the game being unfinished, certain parts weren't rendering right. Certain animations were just very off. A lot of it did just look like GTA 5. Like, if you looked real hard, it looked like a better game, but a lot of it just looked like GTA 5. And there's no first person. There's a YouTuber who got to play who got to see a look or something, or like he got to play the game early or something like that. And this dude never, he asked the people, and they said that they don't have first person, so it's not coming with the game. Who knows if he's right or not? I don't trust the dude. I don't believe him. Who cares what some YouTuber says? But I wouldn't be surprised if they don't launch it with that, because the game's not ready. That's why they've had to delay this thing over and over again. It's not releasing with GTA Online. It's releasing with this quote-unquote DLC, but this DLC is the equivalent of the nature of DLC that we saw from Watch Dogs when Watch Dogs 1 released, which is just like cosmetic stuff in the really, crummy area of crummy Ubisoft time period, where they were just releasing the most shitty DLCs known to man and charging $5 for any piece of cosmetic gear that you'd want in any of their games. It's a really, really sad time for their company, but I don't know. And I understand there's going to be some gameplay, but the DLC just is real cognizant of that for me, and I'm not a big fan. So another name of this video was Rockstar isn't an evil company, and I do believe that, like, they're just a company that has a really good product you can't get anywhere else. And honestly, if they were Ubisoft, if they were, a lot of these other gaming companies that were absolute trash, the game would have already released by now. It would have gotten 1,000 different updates like Cyberpunk, which everybody has just forgiven, right? Oh my gosh, everybody just forgive CD Projekt Red. Though Cyberpunk is an amazing game. Let's all just forget how it released. Let's all just forget that they sold y'all a $80 game that literally wasn't ready at all, that ran horribly on PlayStation 4, that had so many glitches, that still has problems with the AI, unless you're just lying to yourself. But like compared to a lot of these gaming companies, Rockstar, hasn't kicked their customers in the face too many times. And even when it comes to like the shark cards and things like that, if you are a no-lifer who wants to play GTA 5, and earn money and this, that, or the other, yada yada, and GTA 5 and waste your life there, then it's not that crazy that, similar to any other RPG that has ever existed, any other MMORPG that has ever existed, Fortnite, Call of Duty, all of these games with battle passes, it's not that crazy that they charge money for shark cards and stuff. It's not that crazy that they have microtransactions. And all those microtransactions are truly not necessary for you to enjoy the game to the fullest extent. Now, I don't know about this GTA Plus. I might be completely turning my tune. That would be like the tipping point for me. If GTA Plus is required to play online, then that's not going to be it. But I imagine this GTA Online now, and one of the reasons it might take a little bit longer is the fact that it is going to be cross compatible, so we should be able to play with people on PC and Xbox and yada yada yada. And I don't know, maybe they want to release those versions before they release GTA Online because of that. I'm not sure. I don't know. I know also that a PC version of GTA would take much longer because they want to avoid hackers hopping on with a what's it called, with cross compatibility and ruining the experience for all console players. It's also just much easier to launch on one console, especially when your game's not ready. Anyway, that's all. Have a good day or whatever.